WTH.
What the hell?
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 This is the WTH, the WTH podcast.
Hold on to your butts.
Jason Casey. Kareem Daniels. And Nate Darling. This is the WTH podcast.
You bet your sweet ass it is. Kareem doesn't watch Game of Thrones. Jason, are you Game of Throning it up?
Yeah.
Are you caught up?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to let everybody know that this is the Friday show, so if you haven't watched it by Friday, fuck you.
Have we had an in-game show yet?
No. Well, Kareem,
He doesn't care.
Well, he didn't go see it. We can talk about. We can talk about that next show.
Okay.
We'll talk about that next show.
Because he got it.
Yeah, I got to see it. So, Game of Thrones, the penultimate episode aired on Sunday. First of all, they fucked up again. So, a couple weeks ago, they left a Starbucks cup in a shot.
Yeah.
On the show on Sunday night, and again, I did not spot it as it happened, but on one scene, and there, if you go to TMZ, you can find it there. They've got the screen grab of it. Jaime Lannister grew back his right hand.
How about that?
How about that? Talk about fucking phoning it in.
It's the last season.
Right?
Did you watch the Saturday Night Live spoof of that?
When he was host.
No, they did one this weekend.
Oh, I haven't seen the one I haven't seen the last Saturday Night Live. We were out of town in Reading, so that did not happen. We got back Sunday's Game of Thrones and 90 Day Fiancé. Happily Ever After? The answer is no. No. That's one of the reality shows that we watched. And so yeah, that's it's a Game of Thrones. What did you think of Daenerys Targaryen essentially just flame broiling the entire city?
Here's the thing is, like, maybe it's just because I've watched it since like the second season. Like, I've been watching it like, and as the seasons come out.
Sure.
Like, I've never I didn't binge this show at one point. Like, I've kind of always watched it.
Yeah, that's the only way I've seen it is binging it.
Right.
So like I binged it to catch up for season 6.
Yeah.
And then I watched that with Leslie, and we just binged everything leading into this season again. So I binged it twice.
So here's the thing: is like I enjoyed the show watching it. I've always looked forward to the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I've taken it as a show that I know is going to end one day. You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
I mean, it's not like, and I never read the book, so I've never even associated it with that or the great writing that is or anything of that nature.
Oh my God, the people in the books.
Like, I've never ever had any type of there. So far, I've been downright happy and had no problem with any of the episodes so far. And honestly, like, some of this shit was so foreshadowed that when it happens, like, you're like, of course that's how it happened. Like, when you saw it, when Arya, like, when she did her knife move and killed the Night King, all right? When like, yeah. When she did that, like, that was like, she did that same move like last season. Like, this and like, she, like, she's had prophecies. This was her destiny. Like, her destiny was to kill the Night King. Like, that was her destiny. And if you look back through the show, you can kind of see that there was a foreshadowing there from what I remember. Like, she's been the most badass of any of the people that you've watched in the show, pretty much, when it comes to assassins.
Right.
When it comes to assassins. So it wasn't a huge big deal to me that that's how it happened. You know what I mean? Like, one of the dragons got killed, which is a huge fucking big deal. Like,
well, at this point, 2 of them.
Well, now, but I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, they killed one of them. Mm-hmm. That's a huge deal. That's a huge loss to Daenerys. And after seeing last night's episode, it's a good thing it fucking happened because the chick's fucking mad. And they've talked, this was foreshadowed from the fucking beginning also. She was birthed out of flames, like, with dragons, like, and like the whole history of their people is going mad with fire. Like, that's the history of her people. like there was like to say that like it was shitty writing or them phoning it in like is writing like I don't know. I'm fine with it. It sucks in some instances, but it's fucking war and it's the way it's gonna be. Like nobody's gonna be fucking satisfied.
Yeah, Leslie thought that there were a lot of characters who went against character, and I said I don't think that her doing that was against character.
I think that was the turn.
She's shown glimpses in the past.
Yes.
She had the conversation with Jon Snow about you rule with either love or fear, and they're never going to love me as much as they love you. So she's up there. She's winning. The bells are ringing. They've surrendered. It's all over. Let's take the win. Shut it all down. Pause. Fuck them. And then just burn the whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't see it being crazy out of character, like from what her line of people has been.
Well, and even the glimpses that we've seen glimpses of this temper and this willingness to just kill anybody who might happen to stand in the way of what she wants.
The guy that died for her on the battlefield, I can't remember his name, with the walkers, the White Walkers.
Ser Jorah Mormont.
She kicked him out because he went against, like, because he said one thing against her, right? Like, didn't she tell him to go away and never come back?
Yeah, well, she didn't have him killed though.
Right. But you know what I mean? Like, so she's already showed that she could have a cold heart to the most.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That, I mean,
loyal person.
Well, sure. But there's that. And then there's burning 1 million people alive.
Well, it's a progression though. Right. And it's the idea, like, I remember watching it last night, and as I'm watching it last night, I'm like, it's like the Joker's line in the Dark Knight, you know, right? Like, it's like you see yourself long enough, not the Joker's line, Two-Face, Harvey Dent. You see yourself long enough to become the villain. Like, you know, I mean, that's just what she did. She turned that corner.
Yeah, it was ugly. It was an ugly episode.
And I have no problem with it. Like, I think
if you wanted holy shit moments to wrap up, because isn't that what really makes you go have that wow factor, are those holy shit moments in things. I mean, pro wrestling, I'm going to go to pro wrestling because that's what I do. Pro wrestling, especially WWE, the one thing that they talk about, the people who are really good and really successful, is you can have great matches, do all of these great things, but what people take away are those moments. You need to give them a moment where they go, holy shit, that happened. I can't believe that happened. Whether it was when The Undertaker chokeslammed Mick Foley and he went through Hell in a Cell down to the bottom, or when Bret Hart had Stone Cold Steve Austin in the sharpshooter until he passed out with blood running down his face. Those were moments. You don't need to remember anything else about those matches because you have those moments. And that's what Game of Thrones has done these past several episodes, is there have been those moments where you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, everything is a holy shit moment.
Yeah. And, you know, leading right up to the end of it. So there we go. Now
the way and Arya getting on a white horse. I mean, at the same time, that was a little on the nose, right?
There was a lot of stuff where I'm like, yeah, you needed to go home for the night, didn't you? And you just, let me just wrap that. Hey, we'll do that. Hey, look, a convenient horse. So
we'll see how it happens. I mean, like, I almost wonder, like, oh man, like, I wonder if we're going to learn. Bran has been there's so much stuff. Like, there's one episode.
There's one episode left.
What's going to fucking happen, man?
It's going to be 5 hours long. No, it's not.
It's a 10-hour episode.
Right. It's a 10-hour episode. So that was Game of Thrones. And then, of course, we watched 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. And we saw a preview for a new show coming to TLC, formerly known as The Learning Channel.
Is it the Love Channel now?
No.
What is it?
It's not. No, it's just TLC.
Oh.
So I see a trailer for this. This was not on show prep. So I want your guys' reaction to this. So it's mother and daughter share a special bond.
Let's hear it.
Love you so much. I'll do anything for you. Anything you need.
She's my best friend. You're my best friend.
But how close is too close? Now, these are all mothers and daughters. Okay. Now, I know you lose something without the visual, but these are mothers and daughters that are talking.
My mother and I share the same bed. I'm the little spoon and she's the big spoon.
We act alike, we dress alike. We're like twins. After this, I'll really look like you.
We party together, club together. I feel like my mom should live her life now like she's in her 20s. Why shouldn't she do that? Okay.
If the water is still hot, we will share the bath water.
If I could find a man version of Angelica, I would marry them in a heartbeat.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
They have matching rings.
My life.
Christina lives 5 houses away from me.
That's too
We
close.
meet for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Geez, you guys could shovel a little. And
You say that's too close. There's another mother and daughter who sleep in the same bed, Kareem. 5 houses is like a lifetime away from that.
That's way too close.
Oh, but
wouldn't have it any other way.
You guys are wearing the same sweater, really. My sister is very obsessed with my mom. And my mom is very obsessed with my sister.
You absolutely stalked me. You hired a private investigator to follow me.
That's crazy.
I have a right to know where you're at.
Kind of nice to have a little alone time, huh? Angelica made clear early in the relationship about her mother. Sometimes I do feel if Son He wasn't in the picture, maybe things would be a little smoother.
I have the strongest influence in her life, and without my blessing, I doubt if she'll take it to the next step with you.
I'm looking at you for guidance. I'm looking at you to say, oh, this is too much. This isn't what should be projected for a mom and a daughter. You don't think anything's wrong with it. You're crazy.
They finally interviewed a black guy who felt the need to tell them they crazy. So the show is called Smothered. And it's debuting next month on TLC.
That is way.
Better not tell my fucking wife about it. Do not tell my wife about this.
It premieres Sunday, June 9th at 10 p.m.
Fuck no.
So it's coming. We saw, and they ran a lot of previews for it during 90 Day Fiance.
Man, I'm gonna come home and she's gonna be watching it.
You're both going to be watching it.
I'm not watching.
You're totally watching it.
No.
We're going to talk about it on the show. We can just start doing a Smothered podcast, Jason.
Oh my God. That is so disturbing. The only thing I watch on TLC is Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's on Netflix now.
Oh, I'm so
or Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Yeah, we are so hooked on the 90 Day Fiance nonsense. It's just so well. First of all, here's a spoiler alert for all of your 90 Day Fiance needs.
Give it to me, buddy.
All of these people, the reason they go outside the United States to find love is because everybody here knows they ain't right in the head.
Yeah.
So, and now they've got a new show coming. It's called 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, and they're following 6 Americans who go to other countries to marry someone rather than trying to bring them here. Yeah, it's I'm sorry, we're obsessed with it.
I'll go on that one.
You'll go somewhere else?
Hey, Chris, I'm going away for 6 months. No, I'm going to Bangkok, all right? It's going to be awesome.
Oriental City, but the city don't know what the city is missing. The creme de la creme of the chess world in a show with everything but Yul Brynner.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun. So Smothered June 9th at 10 p.m. on TLC. We'll be watching that.
Yeah, like I said, I watched Dr. Pimple Popper. I didn't see the preview for that one, but I always see the one for the 90 Day.
I had not seen this until this past Sunday.
Okay.
They were running it completely in that show.
So it'll be on this week's show.
I would think so. Yeah, they're going to start promoting it pretty heavily. Here.
Next.
All right. So Open Mike Eagle and Doom made a video about how we imprison ourselves.
Hey, yo, man, you know who that is? Man, that's the reptilians. Hey, you believe in that mess? Hell yeah, nigga. I saw a video just last week of Beyonce shapeshifting. Man, it's like she went from being real little to being real big. All her skin was coming off. It was crazy. She was pregnant with twins, man.
That's what the mainstream media want you to believe. I can't believe your dumb ass fell for that.
And them websites got you twisted, man.
Nigga, you crazy.
You crazy.
No. Matter of fact, you worse than crazy. You sleep.
What?
Man, you heard what the hell I said? You sleep. You need to wake your ass up to the facts.
This nigga did not just call me sleep.
You say you woke, bro? I say supposedly. You ain't nowhere near as woke as you supposed to be. Man, you telling jokes. Fool, you so asleep. Bro, you might be woke, you just ain't woke as me. He say he woke, but he ain't woke enough. I'm dropping facts and make his third eye open up. He's still in mental jail.
Oh, shit.
Him tail spinning. His woke frail. He can't even see his male privilege. Carbon footprint small, man, I kinda doubt it. Real woke brothers live in tiny houses. I ain't never been sleep, it's excruciating. I've been woke so long, I'm hallucinating. You say you woke, you just pretend to do it. I'm keeping all my pronouns gender fluid. Your mind is not open. You probably not voting. You throw away whole roaches. Homie, we composting. I bet you think it's rumors. Homie need a tutor. I'ma prove he still sleep. He ain't deleted Uber. Had the crown, I'ma take it from you. I wear hemp drawers and biodegradable shoes. I know the planet fucked up and how it got that way. I only flush my toilet once every goddamn day. I'm fucking woke. You say you woke, bro? I say supposedly. You ain't nowhere near as woke as you supposed to be. Man, you telling jokes. Yeah. Fool, you so asleep. Yeah. Bro, you might be woke, you just ain't woke as me.
Trying to beat me in a woke off and get broke off. No jokes, you don't want no smoke. With this woke Tom Brokaw, your neighborhood vegan weed dealer. But I also sell books. I don't just rock the bells, I rock the bell hooks. In all lowercase, say her name, show her face. I've been body positive, me and my hoes is overweight. Gentrifying all your hoods, your taxes gotta be murder. Come through your cookout with kale and Impossible burgers. Shout out to the white girls if you're trying to see me. I got a biracial son named him Ta-Nehisi. One of my top 10 hitters in the barbershop fit right in with us. Mom wanna know why he's so pro-black. What's more pro-black than a light-skinned nigga? Intersectional, been that. On your mark, now let's get set. I've been yelling out since Harlem yelling out Dipset. Say this and I'm moving on. You thought toxic masculinity was a new cologne. Nigga, you was wrong. I'm the antidote. My life's so botanical. Green party and I vote. And I go, man, oh man, goddamn, I'm woke.
That's it. That woke off, Jason.
Fonte.
That's from the New Negroes that airs Fridays at 11 on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
So I was unaware of this. I saw Kareem posted it and I watched it. I laughed for 3 minutes. Yeah. Well, I mean, Kareem does hate the woke people.
Yes, that's Fonte from Little Brothers, the one at the end.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That he's off the hook.
Yeah, it's
man,
that was some fun stuff. Jason, you're a rap aficionado. What would you give that? Did you give that 3 Tupacs?
I'm gonna give that 82 Tupacs.
Hey.
No, actually, I was listening to this thing where they talked about where they're talking about hip hop and the difference between music and satire and being that's on the edge of being it's good. It was a good beat and it was I don't know. I liked it. I would give it 2 thumbs up. And I can't wait to send that to everybody I know because it's hilarious and great and clever. I mean, that's the thing is it's clever. They have clever rhyme schemes.
Yeah,
which is what I enjoy.
It was a lot of fun. Very, very great deal of fun. Isn't it more fun when we don't just talk about politics?
Yes.
Fuck politics. I mean, yes, we did take a stand on the last show, but still. What the hell?
What the fuck?
That's what.
What the hell?
Allow me to retort.
Yeah, exactly. So, we're skipping that thing about Meghan McCain's husband. He's weird and homophobic.
I wonder why she married him.
No, let's not talk about that. So Dennis Rodman, NBA great, pal of Kim Jong-un. Yeah. Well, there's owners of an upscale yoga studio now accusing him of participating in a brazen daytime clothing heist. And it was all caught on video obtained by TMZ Sports. The NBA Hall of Famer entered Vibes Hot Yoga in Newport Beach around 12:45 p.m. on a Tuesday with 3 companions, 2 women and a man. Almost immediately after they arrived, things got weird, and the owner tells TMZ that Dennis began distracting employees while the woman in a long-sleeved green shirt began stuffing clothing into her purse. At one point, the woman hides behind Rodman while she tucks his shirt away. Then it gets weirder. The male companion grabbed a large $2,500 crystal art piece from the front desk and tried to place it on a steel dolly, insisting that he wants to buy it. But then he dropped it and it shattered all over the floor. And while the staff was distracted, the woman in the green sleeves grabs another clothing item and stuffs that into her purse.
What the fuck? Man.
Eventually, the entire crew leaves the store with the shattered crystal piece on the dolly. The owner tells TMZ that everyone in the group refused to pay, and Dennis actually blamed the staff for the broken crystal. The owner tells TMZ the gang left the store with more than $500 in stolen clothing, plus the broken crystal, so they went to the police and filed a theft report.
How much?
$500 in clothing, and then the broken crystal, which was worth $25,000, so $3,000. The owner says the employees working that day say everyone in Rodman's group reeked of alcohol. What? Newport Beach PD not commenting. Rodman's attorney at the time declined to comment because it was premature. He's still on probation from a 2018 drunk driving incident.
Oh, man.
So
that's no good.
That's no good. I believe he has come out and denied everything.
Oh, like his man Trump.
He didn't get no money from Kim.
Oh, boy.
Kim didn't break him off a piece.
Yeah. Well, that guy ain't known for sharing. I'm just saying. So I don't know. Just very weird stuff. I mean, Dennis Rodman's had some issues for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so this is the guy that stands between us and nuclear annihilation.
Well,
this is the guy we felt better about than our president.
He's
stealing from a hot yoga studio, allegedly.
He's a bipolar guy, right? I mean, that's like he's been diagnosed with that before.
He's got some,
not bipolar, but the personality disorder.
He's got something. I don't know what it is, and it wouldn't be fair of me to say. He clearly also has an alcohol issue.
Well, that's the thing. Is like that's a classic form of self-medication in that type of situation. Sucks.
Yeah,
it's ex-wife's from here. I used to see her in the store all the time when I worked at Mervin's.
Oh God, there's another story. Apparently, one day later they return. One of the female pals wearing one of the outfits she stole the day before, and the owner tells TMZ that, oh boy. Yeah, it's crazy. So allegedly they came back the next day and stole some more stuff.
I wonder if it's all just a ploy, though, to get this guy's yoga studio in the news.
He told TMZ on May 9th that, quote, didn't steal shit, end quote. So, don't know what's going on.
What the hell, man?
I mean, get some help, pal. Get some help, pal. That's all I can say. Get some help. I feel for you. So do you watch the Little Women show? Any of the Little Women shows? Not the Louisa May Alcott books.
This one with Bridget on it?
No, it's a different thing. I believe that's a film.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of a film.
I'm thinking of a film.
Yeah, there's Little Women LA. It's on Lifetime, actually. There's a whole series of them. Atlanta, LA, there was Dallas, there was New York for a season.
Glad they're keeping tabs on all of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I've learned a lot about the LP community, Jason. For instance, it's called the LP community.
Cool.
Which I did not know before.
They are TLC in the death.
on Lifetime. So Christy Gibble of Little Women LA is seeking an order of protection against her husband, Todd. She said she needed his court-ordered protection because, well, there have been issues. They've been married for 5 years. Now, The TMZ Christy sources claim that Todd's been making life for her and her 19-year-old daughter from another relationship miserable in a number of threatening ways. For one, Christy says Todd has been impersonating her via email and shutting her out of her social media accounts. She also suspects he's been ripping up her mail. On a more petty level, she says Todd's been doing stuff like unnecessarily raising the temperature in the house to unbearable levels. Now, for that reason and others, Christy says she fears for her life and needs a force field between her and Todd. Todd has been battling depression. He told TMZ last month he'd be seeking treatment to better his condition, which he explained was severely affecting his marriage to Christy. At the time, he said, right now, Christy and I still live together, but we're just coexisting.
Doesn't sound like you're coexisting to me.
Not well. Now, there's been more drama, though. Apparently, social media posts Todd's been putting up paint a picture of constant arguing over a family coming to visit and their dogs. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ Todd even called the cops on a Sunday night complaining about Christy's pup not shutting its yap when the niece came to visit. Now, TMZ is told that cops instructed them to figure it out amongst themselves.
Good job.
I mean... It's bad enough when the cops have to roll out because the neighbor's dog is barking. So they tried shutting the dog up by boarding all 3 dogs for a day. But now Todd's fighting with Christy about that too, saying she's not releasing his own dog, Elvis, to him and holding it hostage against his will.
Oh, God. That's how one of those chicks from 16 and Pregnant, she got kicked off the show because of
Teen Mom.
Janelle.
Teen Mom, yeah.
Janelle. Chris loves that show. Loves it.
Stop it. God damn it. Stop
MTV. Oh my God. MTV is so teen. It's just the Teen Mom channel. That's what the T in MTV stands for.
Now it does.
More Teen Mom videos. That's what it is.
Man, it's just so sad.
How do I know this? Well, I found 2 new reality shows.
Oh no, Nate.
So I found out that Vinny and Pauly from the Jersey Shore
I have like a taste of love type.
Double shot at love.
Yeah, of course.
Oh God.
I've heard that Chris. I think Chris has watched it.
Oh, it's a delight.
It's like
it's everything you would hope it to be.
Like women have like left it crying, right? Like
first episode. Yeah, first 2 episodes. Women left on their own crying. So we're watching that, and then I see Snooki is hosting a show on MTV called "How Far Is Tattoo Far?" Now, okay, so you've heard of the show.
Yes.
If you haven't, this show is the dumbest concept ever. But they found people to do it. So they finished 1 season, 2nd season debuts like next week. And the premise of the show is you go with a friend or an enemy, and you each get to pick the tattoo the other person gets.
Yeah.
And the location.
Yeah.
So you have to trust them, and you're blindfolded through the whole thing. And then there's a reveal at the end.
Yeah. The guy got the butthole. Like, did the guy get like a butthole tattooed on him? Like
one guy had nipples tattooed on his ass cheeks.
Yeah. One guy had a butthole like on his belly button.
There were, I haven't seen that. There was a lesbian couple who were on again, off again, and one of them chose to put a trash can just below the other one's hoo-ha on her inner thigh because she said at times
it smells like a trash can.
She stank.
Oh my!
And she's like, "And this is how you told me?" Yeah, it's craziness.
Yeah, they get ridiculous. Like they get ridiculous tattoos on that show.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and there's a lot of Snooki yelling, "Oh my God!"
Yeah. Who does like? I just can't believe people do that, man.
Jason.
I can't believe I would never do it. I would never do it.
Never in your life?
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah. A younger Jason.
15 years ago.
A younger Jason, a wilder Jason, a crazier Jason.
I'd be like, listen, if I do this show, I'll definitely get an in at MTV.
Yes.
Yup. All right, let's move on.
Florida. Land of enchantment and crazy shit. This is Florida Corner.
Dateline Haines City, Florida, when Haines City police responded to a call at Rodriguez Fashion Convenience Store Sunday evening, they expected the trouble to be inside. But then the officer heard a loud noise coming from outside. When he got back to the parking lot, he saw a 68-year-old man sitting on his lawnmower with bloodshot eyes. That's right, a 68-year-old man sitting on his lawnmower with bloodshot eyes. An arrest report reviewed by the Tampa Bay Times identified the man as Gary Anderson. Police say he struck the park patrol unit with the lawnmower, causing only minor damage to the bumper. The officer said Anderson confessed to hitting the car and then reportedly said, and I quote, "Fuck it, I'm drunk, take me to jail." End quote. The officer obliged, but only after Anderson failed to complete his field sobriety test. Police let Anderson attempt a breath test at the police department. He failed again. Authorities said he tried to deceive the test and did not provide an accurate sample.
Oops.
Oh, Grandpa. And good news. I'll let you guys see this one. It's important to take a look. Charges have been dropped against a Florida man busted for his I eat ass sticker. That's right. I eat ass. 4 days after a Florida man was arrested for having that I eat ass sticker on the rear window of his truck, prosecutors have dropped a pair of misdemeanor charges filed against the 23-year-old motorist.
He is advertising.
Yeah, right? The decision by the Columbia County State's Attorney's Office came after Sunday's arrest of Dylan Shane Webb received widespread media coverage and a fair amount of mockery. In a one-page no information filing, prosecutors informed the court they were dropping the case against Webb, who was already free on bond following his May 5th collar, for possession of obscene material and resisting an officer without violence. The prosecutor noted that the evaluation of the evidence through the prism of Supreme Court precedent, oh, well, thank God they ran it through that, determined that Webb has a valid defense to be raised under the First Amendment of our United States Constitution. Given such, a jury would not convict under these facts. Webb was pulled over by a sheriff's deputy who spotted the I eat ass sticker on the rear window of his Chevy truck. A Ford man would never do that. The cop contended that the sticker violated the state's obscene materials statute and asked Webb how a parent of a small child would explain the meaning of the words, I eat ass. The deputy then asked Webb to alter the sticker so that it would no longer be derogatory. When he declined on First Amendment grounds, he was handcuffed and placed in the rear of the squad car.
How is that derogatory?
Yeah.
Because that guy doesn't eat ass. Don't tell my wife.
How would I explain that to my children? Well, that's you. That's personal. Eat, well, you know what eating is. An ass. Well, that's where your poop comes out. I eat ass.
And there's nothing wrong with eating the booty hole if it's clean.
Look, I believe it was season 3 of Girls opened with that.
Yeah, it did.
I'm just saying.
You gotta eat ass.
And by the way, can you imagine? I mean, this is a white guy. Can you imagine, Kareem, if a black... Well,
he would have been shot.
First of all, there's no black guy who's going to be driving around with an I eat ass sticker.
No.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. The youngsters are.
Okay. Yeah, if you're a young black man, you've got the I eat ass sticker, you're probably going to go, what do you need? What do you need me to do to alter that sticker?
These young rappers... Somebody, was it truffle butter or some shit like that?
What? There wasn't one named Truffle Butter.
It's a song. It's on a song. It's in a song.
Oh, I mean, Truffle Butter could be in a song as a diss to somebody or whatnot.
No, it's not a diss. It's about eating ass. I'm just telling you.
Who was it? It was Cardi B has a song about eating ass.
I'm sure she does.
Yeah, she loves people eating ass.
Well, who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't though? I mean, the funny thing is, this guy knew. Like, he's in an orange suit. He knows that he's like, I'm winning, bitches. Like, I'm so glad you arrested me. He was just, you could just see it on his face. He was not concerned in the slightest.
Yeah, he's you know what?
A smart motherfucker. That's right.
That's right.
Advertising.
Smart motherfucker. All right. Speaking of smart motherfuckers, Robert Kraft. Is he a smart motherfucker? He's a rich motherfucker. Is he a smart motherfucker? Jason?
Fuck him.
You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
He was rich enough for...
Well, good news for him. The judge has blocked the spa massage video. It's been tossed from the prostitution case that Robert Kraft has been implicated in. Yep, that's right. The Patriots win again, and this time it's their owner who gets to spike the football. As the judge said, the police video of him inside the Orchids of Asia spa cannot be used in the case. According to docs obtained by TMZ Sports, the judge had big problems with the search warrant that was issued, allowing police to plant cameras and secretly record Kraft and others inside the spa. The judge said police didn't minimize their recordings, meaning they didn't do enough to protect people who were inside the spa getting perfectly legal massages. The judge also said the police didn't do enough to minimize the impact of recording female customers inside the spa. Okay.
You know, he got paid off.
What?
Somebody's going to leak that video. I don't give a shit.
Well, allow me to retort.
Doesn't matter, man. He needs to go to fucking, like, they need to have some real fucking.
No, they do, but somebody's going to leak that video.
Yeah, he wasn't going to jail for this anyway.
No,
that was not anything that was good.
I just wish it was a bigger deal. The fact that like he was involved in a like it's not even like they call it a prostitution ring and not a sex trafficking ring is the first mistake in the headline, you know?
Well, but does he know that that's what's going on, or is he just an innocent guy looking for a happy ending?
Yeah.
Which, yes, that is illegal.
A billionaire. Like, is he a billionaire? Is he a billionaire, right?
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough. Going to a rub and tug in Jupiter, Florida.
Yeah, and then he
knows
had to get
why
on
he's doing that. He's doing that because nobody's going to say shit because nobody speaks English. That's why he's going there.
Right, but that doesn't mean it's a human trafficking situation.
That means that the people don't speak English. So how do you know that they're consenting to do what they're doing or not?
They don't
told?
speak English where we go to get manicures and pedicures either, Jason. But that doesn't mean they're being humanly trafficked.
It could mean.
It could mean that.
It could mean.
Does that mean that everybody who goes to get their nails done should be thrown in jail?
Hey, guess what? I eat ass.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, we have a show title now, so that's really what's important as we move forward with this. I want to remind everybody, we are now on the TuneIn app, so we should be on Alexa. You should be able to say, Alexa, play WTH podcast, and we should come right up by now.
Oh, shit. You just made it activate on my phone.
And make sure you do that while you're using Alexa to shop.
Well, yeah, and then, of course, the Shop Amazon tab at the top of WTHpod.com and the Shop Target tab are there as well. Go ahead and do that to help support the show, and we do appreciate you doing that. It does not cost you anything extra, by the way, if you're curious. It just simply takes a little bit out of Amazon's coffers and drops it into ours, and when I say a little bit, I really do mean a little bit. Because that's how Amazon rolls.
Let's leave the hustle and bustle for small town news.
Hey, I want to thank the people in Plattsburgh, New York for being outraged, so much so that I had to split Speak Out into two parts. This is the wrap of the May 8th version of Speak Out from the Press Republican. Are we governed or do we have representatives in this city? Protesters are told they're a small, loud group of rabble-rousers, that there's huge support for the Durkee lot plan. Where are those supporters? I don't see them. Let's vote on the project. Governed versus represented.
Wait, so it only counts if you show up to protest something. That's the only way you can be counted.
Right, I don't need to go protest for something that's happening. Because it's happening, fool.
Fucking idiots.
Stupid idiots.
When you go to the vote, when you go and vote, and your side wins, you don't usually need to do anything additional.
Well, and it's representative government. So trying to split hairs in the middle because you don't happen to like it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'll have to park at a meter.
Suck a dick.
Hey, the war on gun rights never mentions the women killed and sometimes children because of domestic abuse. Excuse me. If we're going to weigh the benefits of gun ownership, this important topic must be included.
By the killing of women and children by guns due to domestic abuse?
I'm unclear. I'm unclear about this. A lot of women get murdered by an abuser in their home with a gun.
Is that what that's what they're trying to say?
I don't know that.
Yeah, and
but it says the war on gun rights. So that is somebody who, to me, is in favor of gun rights because they're calling it the war on gun rights.
Yeah.
So this is a Second Amendment person.
Oh, so they're saying that if the women or the children had access to guns, they could kill their abusers.
Apparently.
Well, it tends to be the fact that they don't give the. So one of the things that they do with the domestic violence situations is that they take away the abuser's guns.
They're supposed to.
They're supposed to take away the abuser's guns.
And not everywhere.
And not everywhere.
Not in Georgia.
Yeah. And so
better not shoot. If I shoot you in the stomach and you that baby dies, it's your fault. FYI.
Yeah. So the gun rights, that woman is probably going to be killed by her partner with the gun that you're talking about.
That's fake news, Kareem. The NRA does not support that. That's not true.
Oh, the NRA.
Dumb son of a bitch.
It's another one. And finally, a union is only as strong as its leaders, and our leaders do not give a rat's behind about its members, except the ones in the good old boy group. They doesn't return calls. Literally says that. They doesn't return calls, emails, nothing. Why? Because they gave no answers, and I'm not in the good old boy category.
Well, allow me to retort.
Okay, a union collectively bargains for everybody in the union.
Yeah.
So,
what, are you part of the union? How long were you in the union?
I'm guessing they are in the union because they are leaders. Well, you know what? Here's what I think. Because of how this was structured, they doesn't return calls.
A smart motherfucker. That's right.
Yeah. Nothing.
They doesn't.
They doesn't.
They doesn't.
He doesn't return nothing.
They doesn't return nothing, fool.
Oh, boy.
God damn it, man.
Thank you, Plattsburgh. Thank you, Plattsburgh, New York. Thank you, Press Republican. And thank you, dear listener, for downloading and listening to the WTH podcast.
God damn it, I'm so glad you guys came by and listened today.
What the hell?
What the hell? If you haven't heard, we are new shows every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday now. Three times a week.
You just did the OK symbol.
No, I held it over my heart.
Oh, okay.
It's 3. It's only it's only that if you're waving it around the building.
Oh, okay.
If I'm waving it willy-nilly, then that's different.
Whoa.
Free willy-nilly. So, so all of that stuff. Everybody have a great weekend. Remember, Monday is the day we air grievances. What are we pissed about? Well, you'll find out.
I'm pissed about shit.
Stuff going on. Until then, have a great weekend. Be safe out there, and
wash your ass before you eat it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, make sure you clean ass.
Clean ass, you know?
But she's fine.
Hell, I'm going to hell.